So just southwest of downtown Orlando, there is a city that is arguably the most affluent city in all of Central Florida. It's really odd I'm just taking that time now to cover it, but I wanted to give a really detailed video of this area and kind of go over the pros and cons of why you should move here or why you should not. Hey guys, this is Will with eXp Realty, and today we are here in Windermere, Florida. Windermere is, like I said before, one of the most affluent cities we have here in Central Florida. It's attracted anywhere from actors to NBA players to Disney executives, you name it, they have lived here. So I wanted to go over the pros and cons for you to help you decide whether this should be the place for you or whether it might not, because I know some people that really love it and there's some people that definitely would not live here. So we're going to go over all of that today, and make sure you stick around to the end because we're going to have a lot of good information for you. Pro number one is going to be the homes. You have a beautiful supply of luxury homes here, and not just luxury homes. You have townhomes, condos, anything you want here, you name it, it's definitely here in Windermere. And what I really like about these communities is you drive through them and none of these homes look the same. Here in Central Florida, I think we have a problem with any really development in the past 30 years really kind of looking uniform, but here you definitely don't have that problem. Though Mediterranean is kind of a common home style here, you really get that feel of pride of home ownership here just because these people pick out their homes to the way they want it. You really go through all these neighborhoods and they look absolutely amazing. So another fun fact about Windermere is you actually have the highest number of $1 million homes here in Central Florida. So whereas Winter Park has a higher concentration of those homes, Windermere has a higher number of those homes. So if you are someone that you know is really important about keeping your home values up, you know that you can't really make a bad investment here, because historically, even over the past 4 years, this has always been a place of affluence and where these home values have kind of held. So you definitely don't have to worry about that there. So another pro that kind of ties into the homes is actually going to be the gated communities. Here in Windermere, you have a ton of gated communities, and that really kind of separates it from a winter garden, which has more of an open feel to a lot of their communities. Here you have a ton of gated communities, and it offers that extra level of security. And it's not just the traditional gates. In communities like Lake Butler Sound or Islesworth, you actually have guard gated communities. So these meticulously planned, beautiful communities, they are going to have all the security you need, which is really why it's been attractive for the actors, NBA players, executives, things like that, is because you really can't get that level of security in other places of Central Florida just because it's so dense here in terms of your gated community. So if you're a person that likes seclusion, you want to make sure you know who's coming into your neighborhood, you definitely can't go wrong with Windermere because there's just so many gated communities to offer. So while this is a fantastic place to live, I did tell you I was going to tell you the cons, and there definitely are a few about Windermere. These are my personal opinions, so some people might not agree with me living in the community, but I definitely think these are cons that I've heard just from clients of mine and people in the community. So my first con for Windermere is going to be the amenities. Windermere, I like to split it up into two sides. You have the east side with the town of Windermere, and then you have the west side, which is like the unincorporated Orange County. On the east side, you do have a few more amenities. You have the shopping centers like the Grove, or even your restaurants in the town, all of that in the town of Windermere where we are right now. On the west side, you really don't have a whole bunch of that. You do have your necessities like your Publixes, your grocery stores, and a few places to dine, but you're actually a lot closer to Winter Garden. So you really, if you want to go to a nice date night or things like that, you definitely have to go over to Winter Garden for. And I think Windermere definitely lacks that. Even on the east side where there's a little bit more amenities, there's definitely not anything compared to your Winter Gardens or Winter Park, which both have Winter Garden Village and Winter Park Village. So they definitely have a more diverse array of shopping and retail that you can enjoy, that unfortunately I think Windermere suffers because it does not offer as many tiny as the two most comparable cities do. So another really big pro that draws people to Windermere are the schools. If you're on the east side, you're going to have Olympia High School as your main high school, and then on the west side, you're going to have Windermere High School. But if you prefer private options, you're definitely going to have Windermere Prep as well. So these are all really high-rated schools. I'm going to drop a link below so you guys can get all the research on that. That's a really big thing that draws people here from elementary all the way up to high school. You know that your child is going to be in a strong, highly rated school system. Once again, this is why the homes are so expensive. The taxes are a bit higher here, is because of that quality of life. Just making sure you have that security, not just in your communities, but at your children's school. So that's definitely one of the biggest pros we have here for Windermere, is the fact that the schools are fantastic. So my last con for the day, because there isn't really a whole bunch of cons to this city, but I think this one's super important, is going to be the new construction. If you're a person that prefers new construction, I'm going to tell you right now, it's pretty sparse in Windermere. You do have a lot of older homes, you do have a lot of homes that are relatively new, but if you want a brand new home, they unfortunately don't do a lot of large subdivisions like you see in most of Central Florida. So here you might get a more intimate subdivision by a builder like Element Homes, but those home sites, typically there's only going to be between 9 to 12, and they sell out very, very quickly. So if you're someone that's looking for new construction, you definitely have to have a very strong plan in place, because they sell so quickly. If it's not an intimate community like that, you're typically going to get these scatter lot developments or tear down. So they'll take a plain lot, build a new house on it, or what you see more commonly, even like in Winter Park, you're going to see an older home get torn down and they're going to build a new one on the land. So it kind of depends on what you want. If you don't really care about new construction, that's not really a big deal for you. But if you're a person, even like myself, that loves new construction, you do have to have a plan in place, and you also have to understand it's not that cheap. The lowest new construction we have right now on the market here in Windermere is sitting at $1.1 million, but to be honest with you, most of those are pushing about $2 million. So I would definitely say, if new construction is a thing that you really prefer and you want, if you come here to Windermere, Florida, definitely have a plan in place and have a realtor that knows how to talk to these builders and get you the lot you want. Another one of my favorite pros of living in Windermere is the fact that you have so much nature and so many lakes. You actually have 13 lakes here, and they're called the Butler chain, which you can really access all 13 through the chain. So if you're a person that enjoys lakefront living or just likes being on the water, then this is definitely the place for you. The really cool thing about it is, if you are on the east side of the Windermere, in the town of Windermere, you actually have deeded access to the chain of lakes. So that's really important. You try to stay on that east side so you can get access at lakes, on those lakefront homes, because it's really cool thing they offer here. And aside from just the water sports and the lakes, you have a ton of nature here. The streets are all tree lined. You go through the neighborhoods, these beautiful grand oak trees. There's a ton of shade. There's a lot of parks and nature here that you can enjoy, which I think a lot of the more affluent areas in Orlando really kind of suffer from. So your Winter Park, they definitely have their nature as well. But even where I live in Lake Nona, it's a lot of new construction, new development, but there really isn't any nature there for you to enjoy. So if you're a nature lover, you love lakefront living on the water, and all of that in these beautiful, gated, gorgeous communities, then Windermere is definitely going to be the place for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that super quick video I did of Windermere, Florida. I hope I gave enough details for you guys and kind of gave you the options you needed to know whether this is the place for you or not. Once again, in my personal opinion, it's one of the very best places we have here in Central Florida, and honestly, I'm going to say it's top 2 and it's not number 2. So if you really do like this area and you want a little bit more information, feel free to reach out to me down below. I have the resources for your schools down there, and if you do like this area, I'd love to be your real estate agent of choice. So I'm gonna catch you guys next time. If you like this content, make sure to click that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment. It really helps this channel out, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time.